No camera, it's ready. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to ATI's Lunch Break. I am Sam Arcee, also known as Broadway Sam, and I am so excited. I have a wonderful guest today, my friend Elizabeth Hamilton, also known as Liz, from Carmel Public Libraries. And she is, well, I mean, again, having you today is such a treat because you are the director, foundation director,
correct,
for the library. And we are going to be talking all things today about how you, the library, interacts with ATI and our lab series. So we've got a lot to talk about today.
Thank you, Sam.
And welcome. I know you've got a little touch of a tickle in the throat. I just ran to the bathroom because I had a little tickle in the throat.
A little laryngitis going on, but I'm doing the best I can.
Well, you know, it's so much fun having you here today because we've gotten to talk over the years, and I know you're a world traveler. You like to travel. You've got an upcoming trip to Miami, right?
I do.
You and your daughter.
Exactly.
Oh, that's good. And you love theater.
I do.
So that's good. I love that. And you are part of, because the library hosts our lab series. Tell us about that journey and how you have come to be part of that.
So I've been with the library now for 11 years running the foundation. And one of my goals all along when I started and took over the foundation was to find community partnerships. So we have this big, beautiful building, and it truly belongs to everyone in the community. It is
gorgeous.
I know, isn't it amazing?
It's gorgeous.
It's hard to believe that over 60,000 people pass through our doors every month, isn't it?
Well, you know, interesting enough when you say that, I'm in real estate. I've been with Tucker. I've been in real estate for over 40 years. I'm finishing my 41st year, and I've been in Indiana since 91. So when I'm taking people through Carmel, and as I'm passing down that, you know, the library and the high school, and I always point out our beautiful library.
Thank you.
Because when you think about it, there are not very many communities with a library like that. In fact, I go to the library often with my children, my grandchildren. My grandson Dean absolutely loves it, and now my granddaughter Isabella, and there's so many activities going on there. And then you have the cafe.
Exactly.
And, you know, we at ATI, we have had board meetings there. So the building is incredible.
Thank you. But that was truly one of my goals. How can I work with other people in our community, bring them into the library, expose our patrons to something maybe that they don't know about? And so when I was approached by ATI to say, what about this lab series? Would the library be interested in hosting that? To me, it was a no-brainer. I mean, what a great partnership to have ATI come into the library, use us as their home for the lab series, let our patrons sign up, register for free to attend the lab series, and then anyone obviously who frequents your shows also is welcome to come and attend, whether they live in Carmel or not. That's the lovely thing about our library. We always like to say, all are welcome. So we don't ask when you show up, where's your library card? You need that to sign up for something. No, please come join us.
It really is for the community, and it's more than books.
It is.
And there's artwork and so much more than just books. Now, we talk about the lab series, but let me go a little deeper of what that means.
Okay.
Because, again, being involved in theater on the West End and Broadway, what we're doing here in the lab series is they'll do what's called, say, a 29-hour read, where they're actually taking new works, and this is works that are being created, and they're kind of working through in a 29-hour, actually working through the production, and then they're actually going to present it at the library to the community. And here's the kicker. It's absolutely free to the public.
Well, and you know what I love? Not only is it free, I think most people don't realize that following the reading, they get to offer feedback. So questions are asked, what did you think about this production? Could you see this on stage? If it were on stage, would you buy a ticket and attend? But I love that they're asked to engage and give some feedback on what they just listened to.
And we've had some amazing, amazing productions. The Maltese Falcon, which was a recent one that we might be seeing in the future. So this is something that was developed right here in our lab series. We have one coming up that is going to be, in fact, it's called All Out for Christmas, and that's going to be when? March 14th?
It is.
And
that will be on a Saturday afternoon at the library in our community rooms. People can hop online on the library website right now, click on the link, register for free. We really just ask people to register so that we know how many seats to set up for the room that day. But if they forget to register, they're still welcome to walk in.
Always welcome.
Bring their friend. Bring 3 friends. We don't care. All are welcome, and we love to have a huge crowd.
So it's typically on a Saturday at 2 o'clock.
It is.
And what's neat, I go to these, and what I love about it is that, first off, the room is top notch. The sound quality is incredible. And whether it's a play or a musical, so they just had the James Whitcomb Riley, which they just had at the Booth Tarkington. That came from our lab series.
Which I just think is incredible.
So new works are kind of nurtured in this 29-hour read or, the work prior with the actors, and then it's presented there.
Exactly.
So you're kind of working hand in hand with Actors Theater of Indiana. And I mean, what's so exciting about this upcoming production is the cast that was assembled. And people are, there is Julie Lynn Barber, who we've recently had in our production of Young Frankenstein. She played Frau Blotcher.
Which was an amazing production, by the way.
Yes.
Congratulations. It was incredible.
Incredibly funny. And she has a list of credits that are just absolutely incredible. Keith Potts is going to be in it, and he's thrilled to be working with ATI again. He was recently in Titanic. In fact, we just did Lucky Stiff that I had the wonderful opportunity to be in as the Stiff. And Keith came in for one night on Valentine's Day for one of our phenomenal actors, John Vessels, because John was celebrating his parents' 60th wedding anniversary, and Keith stepped into the role. So Keith is going to be in. And then, of course, Cynthia Collins, who's one of the founding members of Actors Theater of Indiana. In fact, she's going to be in it. And then Peter Scarborough is also, who has the pleasure to be part of 3 readings with ATI, and he was also in the cast of 9 to 5 and Titanic. And he's also been around in so many shows. He's done Shrek, Kinky Boots, and 42nd Street. And then, of course, I mean, I got to say this, Darren Morell is going, he's serving as also our associate artistic director. He's in the cast.
Oh, is he really?
Yes.
That will be fun, because I love Darren.
Yep, he's incredible.
He's amazing.
He's incredible. And Will Gonzalez, he's an actor from Illinois, and he's a third-year acting student from Ball State. So that's another neat thing that I love about the lab series, is because some of the actors also come from some of the universities. And then there's Lillian Cobb. She's an actor from New Albany. She's currently pursuing her BFA. And again, coming in. And we have Cora Kendall. She's going to be in it. She's obtaining her BFA in musical theater from Ball State. In fact, I think she's graduating this year. So she's coming in. David Taylor Little is the playwright. And he has worked all over the U.S. as director of plays. And he has done productions that have been seen in the Blue Lake Opera House, Pigeon Creek Shakespeare Company, been all around, done theater for the department at Ball State. So got a lot going out. So All Out for Christmas is a showbiz radio fable, right?
Okay.
And it's music by Jim Reinhardt. It's a 1947 Broadway star. Dorothy Sullivan has returned to her hometown of Argyle, Indiana, to save the struggling local radio station by headlining its annual Christmas broadcast. But her larger-than-life personality stirs up more than holiday cheer, especially for the station owner. So will Dorothy's star power rescue the station from financial ruin? Will this ingenue and young radio producer find love? And can a pair of ambitious Broadway songwriters create a melody catchy enough to rival White Christmas? And you're only going to be able to know that if you discover the answers in this charming, nostalgic showbiz fable. And this is all done with the ATI Lab series, and it provides so much with these new plays, musicals, and development. And that's how, musicals don't just all of a sudden pop out of thin air.
Right.
Hamilton took 7 years to get to Broadway.
That's amazing.
It just takes time. So it is so much so. You've been doing this. You've been with the library for 11 years.
11 years.
And it is so wonderful that you have been part of this.
Thank you.
And
I'm very proud to have a partnership with ATI.
Well, I'm so proud that you're doing it. And something else I want to thank you. You also did a group. You brought a group to one of our shows recently.
I did. We had a donor night at Young Frankenstein, and they loved it. So I just bought a block of tickets and invited some of my donors. So that's a nice incentive to please give money to the library, and then you can come to an ATI event with me, correct?
Like to see more of that.
I would love that.
Yeah, that'd be great, And tell us, so you've been doing this now. How many years have you been doing the lab series there?
Oh, wow. That's a tough question. I was hoping you would know the answer. I was reflecting back, and I was like, if Sam asked me this, it's going to be a guess.
5 years?
I was going to say at least
four. Yeah.
Because I don't think we did it before we moved back into our new building after the remodel.
Okay.
So, we went through the pandemic.
Right.
We were out
Yeah,
at the
it's probably around 4.
old Marsh building
Right.
over on 116th, and then we moved back in. So I think probably about 4
4
years.
years.
And I've been working with Darren on it, and
Yeah.
he's just incredible to work with. What a great man.
It is an incredible opportunity for ATI to provide opportunities for people to showcase, do the 29-hour read, and then showcase it at the library. And again, it's state of the art. Everything there is just first class.
Thank you.
And again, for someone that goes to these in New York all the time, and I've been to, Pearl Studios, all these great places, and to the smallest ones.
Sure.
I have to tell you, the Carmel Library rivals them all.
I love to hear that. Thank you.
It is incredible. But now let's go back to the experience. So I go.
Right.
I always sit up in the front.
You do.
I do. I love sitting up in the front because I want to be focused in on what I'm seeing. And, there's typically someone on keyboard if it's a musical. Again, I want you to understand, this is not a fully staged musical.
Right.
A reading or a presentation. The actors are typically on script. They're not typically in costume.
Correct.
This is a working, and you're seeing it in its early raw form. But what's really neat is, like you said, the director and the creator, writers, get feedback.
Exactly.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, what I've loved about it and what I've noticed, the longer that we've done this, the more comfortable the crowd has become in offering their feedback. So it's interesting because, people who know you, Sam, know you're not shy.
Yeah.
So a lot of times when they ask for feedback, maybe you'll get the crowd warmed up with your question.
Sure.
But then it makes others comfortable to ask their questions or their comments or offer their feedback. So it's such a unique opportunity. And with the cast that you just read, wow. I mean, how can you not come to this?
Oh.
A free event on a Saturday afternoon, it's amazing. How fortunate are we to say, I was here when this script was read to an audience for the first time.
Imagine if you were the first person that saw an initial reading of Hamilton or any of
Exactly.
these shows.
Any of them.
I have currently 2 rather large shows in development, and it's amazing, and two that are kind of in the newer stages.
Okay.
And it's like the birth of something beautiful, watching it grow. So you mentioned that, and I appreciate that feedback. When usually, first off, I don't give criticism because I'm not a critic.
Right.
It's usually number one, I like to share the experience and say, because these actors are giving their all. I mean,
are.
they first off, they're not in costume.
Right.
They don't have the full orchestra. They have mics, but the passion.
That's what I was just going to say. Isn't it amazing how they don't hold back at all?
No.
I mean, you feel it in that room. You feel that passion. It's just so, I don't know. Everyone needs to come.
Well,
March 14th at 2 o'clock.
And that's why I want to share. See,
Right?
you want that because sometimes you do get a critic or two.
Right.
Why didn't they this? Why didn't that? It is a work. And what I think that the director and the writers get is some good feedback on what the people understood, what might have been interesting, what might have been
Exactly.
confusing, and that is very helpful. That I don't find is criticism, that's guidance on where to take a show. In fact, any shows that I've done that were, especially as it's in development, you'll be shocked how often it's songs are rewritten, songs are taken out, the story is worked on, and it needs that.
Well, I'm certain for you as a writer, when you're in the midst of a project, it's so close to you.
Oh,
Right? You're living it. You're breathing it. And so you're immersed in what you're doing. So isn't it nice sometimes to have that outside perspective about, hey, I have a question about this scene. Like tell me a little bit more about it. Where were you headed with that? So it's that nice, fresh outside set of eyes that can say things to you because you've been living it for so long that maybe you didn't even think about anymore because you were on to the
Absolutely.
next thing.
well, in the Wickham Riley, it was so interesting because there was so much history there and things we didn't know,
Right.
and the relationship of when you're talking about Mark Twain, and who you don't see, but that kind of not adversarial but competitive nature that they had,
Right.
and then the relationship between the young man who is the writer or who's interviewing Wickham Riley. It just was such a different approach. And in interviewing the writer and talking to him about it, it was really neat. But I think he got a lot out of it. And as he brought it to the stage his first time at the Tarkington, he made some good changes for it.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
and I think the same thing happened for Maltese Falcon. And so the lab series can be very helpful. But you could say, I saw it when, but you can
Exactly.
only do that at the Carmel Library.
March 14th. We'd love
That's-
to have you.
Well, I really appreciate that. And thank you so much for all you do in that. And
Thank you.
And on a personal note, so you got 4 beautiful kids and now how many grandkids now?
3.
3 grandchildren. How old's the oldest
10.
and the youngest?
1.
Oh my gosh, you've got it's like me. I've got them.
Never a dull moment, as you know.
No. My granddaughter, she's my calmness. She's one. Well, she was 1 in October, and my grandson's 3, and he's 3 in October. But they keep me on my feet.
That's great. Sam, thank you so much for having
No.
me today.
Well, got a couple of other things, and I just wanted to share what's coming up. First off, our next show, and I said I would bring it up, is Sunset Boulevard. So, as you know, we just finished Lucky Stiff. This is our next show, and if you have not seen an ATI show, you got to see this one. Sunset Boulevard is April 24th through May 10th. You can get tickets at atistage.org at 317-843-3800. Either way, you can get tickets. I'm telling you, you will love this. This is an Andrew Lloyd Webber classic. It was recently done, just last year, won the Tony for Best Musical Revival. my first experience with this was with Glenn Close on Broadway. Actually met her. She's a tiny little lady.
Wow.
You know, everybody sees her on the big screen and thinks she's rather tall. Saw her many times, saw Betty Buckley, Lane Page, but we have our own Judy Fitzgerald, our artistic director as Norma Desmond, and she is ready for her close-up. And playing alongside her is one of our other founding members coming back to ATI. I mean, just to see this as Max, Don Farrell.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
it's going to be an incredible night of theater, and it's all at ATI Broadway in your backyard. So I encourage you to come see this show. And on another note, I wanted to reach out because at ATI, we lost a very, very dear friend, kind of the patriarch to our organization, and that is Dr. Joseph Fitzgerald, Judy's dad. He passed away February 19th. He was 90 years old. Dr. Joe, as we all called him, I had the absolute honor and privilege to work with him. He was one of the founding board members of ATI, past president, and a mentor to all of us. Going to miss him. He was a sweet man, inspired me, and so I just wanted to say thank you, Joe, for all you did, for you and your wife who had recently passed away, and you meant so much to this organization, and to Judy and your sisters and your children and your grandchildren and to this community. You are so loved, and you brought so much joy to this organization, and dedicate certainly Sunset Boulevard and all that we do in your memory. So just wanted to point that out. Really, really appreciate it. And God bless to the family. Keep them in your prayers. And I know we'll be celebrating his life come in a few weeks in March. So with that, and last but not least, thanks to all of you that support ATI. We really appreciate it. As you know, we are a non-for-profit, and our gala is coming up in June. We'll be talking more about this. Next week, as you know, I will not be here. Tomorrow, I am going in for surgery for my prostate cancer, so I will have a guest star who will be here next week, and that is Jacob Butler. And I mean, you can't get better than that. Just finished Lucky Stiff. He's currently in Pete the Cat over at the Tarkington. An amazing actor, friend, and just all-around wonderful person. He will be in here next week with Cynthia Collins, who is going to be in our lab series, and you're just going to have a wonderful time. But if you're prayerful or just, keep sending me those good vibes, I will beat this prostate cancer, and I will be back here in a few weeks doing what I love doing, and that is being all things ATI, Actors Theater. I will be there for opening night of Sunset Boulevard. So with that, I really appreciate all your support, your love, your friendship, and all that you do to support theater. So go out, see theater, support everything that we have here in Carmel, the library, all the actors, the dance companies, everything that we have here for the performing arts. I mean, this is a great place to live.
It is. We're lucky.
We are blessed. We are blessed. So thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you in a few weeks, and show Jacob a lot of love next week. All right? I will see you soon, and thank you. And that's a wrap for ATI's Lunch Break. Thank you so much, Liz.
Thank you.
All
I
right.
appreciate it.
And have fun in Miami.
Thank you. I will.
Bring some sunshine back.
Oh, God, I hope so.
Oh, we need it. And see you soon. Bye-bye.